Alright, so this is a tutorial for making custom avatars, putting them on VR sites for use in JanusVR. The tools you're going to need are going to be a 3D model, if you either make that yourself or you find one online, JanusVR, Blender, and a VR sites account or other file hosting account. So first of all, you're going to want to get a model, and I already have one of those. I'm going to get one downloaded right here. So this is Legend of Zelda Young Link from Ocarina of Time. So what I'm going to want to do is throw open Blender and grab younglink.obj and import it. So file, import, so this is an obj, I'll import as obj, and import younglink obj. I'm not going to grab the one with the sword because the sword would be kind of annoying. I want to go over some things that you might want to look for when looking for a model. You're going to want to look for stuff that's one OBJ, one MTL, or one DAE in the textures, or you're going to want to look for something mainly with one texture file, because that is way nicer than like 8 or 10 different textures that you all have to upload at once. It still works. It's still perfectly fine. So if you made a model a long time ago and you want to use it, and it has 30 different textures, just be prepared to upload 30 different items. It's a pain in the ass. So that's why I recommend looking for something with one, or if you know how to go through and make a single sheet of images. So now what I'm going to do is, because Link is one giant model, sometimes they're split apart, but it doesn't really matter. So we'll delete the cube, and we're going to add a plane. Come on, there we go. So this plane, we're going to move 2 meters up. That's how high our character is going to be. So now we're just going to scale this down. I got to zoom in a little bit, because Link's a shorty little guy there, and we can also scale him within Janus, but it helps to have a height for your character that you can stick to, and it's a nice even number. So he's roughly 2 meters tall. And what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to chop his head off. So first, let's actually save this as, let's, again, go to Janus Avatar, and we'll call this scaled.blend. So now that's the scaled version of the model that we can use for future reference. So now, without moving him, go into edit mode, deselect everything, and we're going to remove his head first. Doesn't matter which way you do this, but easy way to do so would be to grab that selection tool. If you don't know a lot about Blender, great way to learn is through tutorials online. You want to delete faces, not the other thing. No, we're going to leave the neck, because the neck will prove useful later. So now we have a headless Link. And you can use models of any quality. The bigger the models, the more other people will lag, the more you will lag, and the more it will take for you and other people to download it. So the smaller the model is most often the better choice. So now what I do is I go around and I fill in, not that, I go around and I grab all the top layers here just like this, and go mesh, faces, oh shit, mesh, faces, not grid fill, sorry, fill. And then that's just going to make that a solid thing, so if you ever need to come back and edit it at another time, you can. And if you wanted to get really, you could take and assign that a material, but I don't really feel like doing that. So this is good. This is the headless links. Now what we can do is we can go export as an OBJ, and this is link body.obj. make sure you're exporting to your working folder and export there. So now, there you go. There's all your stuff there. There's the link body.obj and MTL. The MTL is referencing this file here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go File, Open, Scaled. Now we have that back. And do the exact same thing. There you go. You got yourself a head of link. And then what I do is same thing as the body. We're going to go through and, let's delete that first. And there we go. And now what we're going to want to do is we're going to go add plane. Why is my plane all the way up there? I don't know. And bring it down to the working area. And we know his head's roughly 0, 0. And it's roughly at the origin point. We don't know how high it is. So what we're going to do is we're going to just put a plane here. This plane is now, for all intents and purposes, at 0, 0. So I'm just going to pull up Notepad++, throw over to the side here, drag it up, so it starts clipping with the bottom of the face there, right about there, and that's 1.46. So we'll just write 1.46 there, just so we don't forget. And then we can just delete the plane. There we go. So now we deleted the plane. Go ahead and delete the plane and you're good to go. And then we'll just export this same way we did before. So this is link underscore head. Export. So now we can close up SketchUp. And there we go. We got that all set up there. So now what we're going to do is go into VR Sites and go to your rooms after you've logged in and created an account and logged in. So here's an empty room. Here's a different room. Here's a different room. This room has other models and stuff in it, but this one I'm going to use for the tutorial. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the Janus avatar we have on the home page. And this is where all our stuff is stored. And what we want is we want link body, link head, and the texture files. That may be 1, that may be 12, that may be 37,472. I don't know. And then just click upload. Now that's uploaded. What we're going to want to do is we're going to go to James's page, and grab his text for that. And go right into the note we made. Make 2 new lines, or just get it out of the way. And there we go. Copy this right here over to the height. And here's where we have all of the source files. So the source files are going to come from link body. So let's go linkhead.obj. Put it in the head. And all of them are going to be just like this. And you can just copy paste each one or type them out manually. And there you go. So the only other thing we need to change here is the scale. We're going to set that to 1:1:1 for now. We can change it later, but 1:1:1 keeps it at the original scale we had it in Blender. So I'm actually going to set it to 0.75 because he was 2 meters tall. but generally you want to find a good height and stick with it. So you're going to want to play with these numbers here, keep them all the same, and until you find something that feels right and other people think is right. So ask around when you're in the game, be like, hey, does this look right? Should I make it bigger or smaller? It's not that hard. And there you go. Change the name to whatever your name is going to be. And save this. I can't save it to there. That's not how that works. Going to want to go to Janus avatar and save it right here as user ID. So now this is your new user ID for JanusVR. So let's go open up the JanusVR directory. Games, dev, wherever you put it. And go down to your user ID section. This I don't need anymore. You might want yours. But I'm just going to delete mine. And go back over to our desktop. Or wherever you put it. And I put it in Janus avatar. So let's copy over the user ID. And then you should be good to go. So let's launch up Janus. And we got some scaling issues going on here, but that's okay. What we can do is we can actually go and we can just close up this and go into here. Well, actually, we're going to close this one. And we'll go here because it's the one we copied before. And we'll go call face back. Because this is probably a scaling issue, and this is how we fix scaling issues. So now I'll go back to Janus, start her up. And now we can at least see our character. So we'll go self-avatar off for now. And you can see that what we got going is the Link avatar. And he's looking pretty good. So, but he's a bit high. Because this is Kerrigan here. This is Firefox G. And comparing us to him, let's put them right beside each other. We're huge. So let's bring it down to about half size. And we'll see how that looks. Alright, so that looks about right for Kid Link. And if you want to change the scale a little bit, you can. But there you go. That's how you make an avatar for JanusVR. Any questions, you can email me, and I'll put this user ID up for you guys to use in the video description. So have a good day. Have a good night, whatever it is for you guys.